morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. So today we are at Quick Rev in Dayton, Ohio. Same place that I've done the footage for the G8 and SS meets previously. We are here to get to the GTO Dyno. So right now I'm just waiting for Jim, the owner, to show up. Then we can get this thing inside and see what kind of power we can lay down. So if you have any guesses of what power we're going to make with this GTO when it's all said and done and tuned and everything, please drop them below and let's see if they're on the money. Alright, see you guys in a bit. 232 on the horsepower, and the torque, I think he said it was 329. The air fuel ratio is a bit rich, so he want to get it up around here. So he's going to try to adjust the timing and maybe try to adjust the carburetor a little bit. So we'll see what happens. All right, so Jim adjusted the mixture screws, so we're going to see if we can make another run and see if it does any better. So the adjustment added a little bit of horsepower, but still way witcher.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna start it out.
Yeah, 235 now. 235. So now we're going to actually go ahead and check the timing. So Jim did some checking, and with the vacuum advance hooked up, we have about 27 degrees of timing, and with the vacuum advance unconnected, we're getting 36. So he's going to go ahead and run it with the vacuum advance unhooked, see what it makes, and if it does good, then he'll adjust the timing with the vacuum advance. Jim's added 2 more degrees of timing, so we'll see what it does. Hey everyone, so I'm back home from Quick Rev. So to kind of recap, there's actually going to be kind of like a part 2 coming to this. So as we were talking, you know, the baseline number was 232. Jim started playing around with the mixture adjustment screws on the carburetor, but it was still running very rich. Then we decided, oh, after we kind of he got the mixture where he figured, okay, well, let's leave it at that. Decided to go ahead and do the timing. Well, one thing we were noticing is if you checked it with the vacuum advance on, the actual tube on the carburetor to the distributor, it was running at 27 degrees. But if you unplug that vacuum hose from the distributor, then it went up to 35. No, sorry, 36. So we decided, let's try to make a run with it. And well, it wasn't really liking that at all. So we decided, okay, let's just go ahead and just adjust the timing as normal. Because he was thinking, well, if the car liked that the high of a degree, then we can just try it right there and see what it did. Well, obviously it didn't like that much. So he put 2 degrees in, got up to 29, car got to 240. And I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and do 2 more. Well, the car stayed, well, it was 240.7 with the 29 degrees, and then with the 31 degrees, it was 240.1, so it actually dropped back, though the car did lean out a bit more. And actually it's, so, and also on the 2 extra degrees, and after adjusting things, we got the car to stop blowing some black smoke a bit. That's because of the richness. So we kind of left it there. It's like, okay, well, the next step is to actually do a calibration of the carburetor, which you need metering. Since it's an Edelbrock carb, we need metering rods and jets. So Jim didn't have that, so I said, okay, well, I went ahead and I just now ordered a kit. So I'm gonna wait for that to get here. I'm gonna reschedule to bring the car back, and then we'll do the adjustments on the carburetor and see what you can get. He thinks maybe 5-10 horsepower. Now I'm sure, you know, if I put a fuel injected setup on this, we can get a lot better and also get better gas mileage. That's a lot of money right now. So, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, what, 240? So a lot of the so I made a post on my Instagram to my Facebook, you know, asking people, okay, let's take a guess what number we're going to have. And actually a lot of people had guessed in the mid 200 range. Some obviously going, you know, 300s or 4. I would have liked to have seen 4 because, like I said, this car has never been dynoed since it's been in my family. We had the engine done, I want to say about maybe over 10 years ago. So maybe a little bit longer than that. But it was never dynoed, so we don't know. The engine is a 73 Pontiac motor. So it's not the original motor that came in the 68. It's got Edelbrock Performer RPM heads on it, the Edelbrock Performer RPM intake, manifold, Edelbrock carb, and so forth, and header. You know, you would think, hey, this should be a pretty stout motor. It also has a Ram Air 3 cam. Now, rotating assembly, the crank is factory, rods are kind of a stock style, and the pistons are a stock style, I believe. I have to remember that. I remember they're diamond pistons. There's a box over my parents' house that has what they were, but we needed new pistons because the engine was bored, and the engine's actually 90 over. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe make some more power. Well, it's not really making a whole lot more. So we'll have to see what we'll end up doing. Don't get me wrong, this car is not going to be a full-blown race car or anything, so don't expect any high horsepower. We just like to have a little bit more for where it is. So stay tuned. Hopefully that episode will come hopefully within the next month or so. Let's see, so I'll get the kit, give Jim a call, see what we can do about scheduling another time. And also another thing I might have heard is the fact that air temperatures were, it's been freaking hot today. So that may have played a little bit of a factor. But, oh, so that was the other thing I was trying to say. When I was saying, people are going to probably scoff at the 240 number. Well, he is on a Mustang dyno, I believe. So he said it does give some disappointments, and it's a heartbreaker. So those numbers are a bit low for what the car actually is. He was saying, multiply it by 1.18. So I believe it actually would come out to something like, I think it's like 283 on the horsepower. Though, actually, and the torque was, according to that dyno, 325. So definitely a good torque motor. But Pontiacs are. So, like I said, stay tuned for an update video coming. We'll get the carburetor sorted out, make sure that it's running a better air-fuel ratio, and we'll go from there. So, alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if it's your first time stopping by the channel, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.